Hello, it's Natalie. I'd say good morning, but it is actually 12:05. It is not morning anymore. I figured I'd start a little weekend vlog because I want to make it more productive this weekend, and given the fact that I'm not starting this until technically afternoon, you can see how productive it's been going so far. So today I'm gonna see if I can have a little bit more to do today. And I'll make this a fun little weekend vlog because it's winter in the Midwest and I think it's -8 degrees Fahrenheit, which I have no idea what that is in Celsius. I should probably figure that out. And it's really cold and it's windy and there's snow and I have no desire to go outside today. Probably tomorrow too, because it's gonna be -degrees all week. But anyway, I digress. So today's plan, I already had breakfast, already had my coffee, already had my requisite couple of hours falling down the YouTube rabbit hole. So I'm gonna go get like an hour of work done, grab a little something to eat, and then I'll reward myself with some grocery shopping and maybe come back, do a cleaning dance party. We'll see. I say this every week, but maybe I'll even have time to study Korean, and that's the plan for today, and we'll see what actually happens, but this will hold me accountable. And now for the not so fun part, the work. Just an hour though, and then we'll get some lunch and go do some other things. Well, we took a little break for a snack, cherry tomatoes, because I freaking love them, and gonna get right back to work because I'm on a roll. So wish me luck. I'll go snack. Quick outfit of the day. We've just got some Docs, which is all I ever wear, black sweats because I want to be cozy today, fun shirt, and a coat because the Midwest. I'm getting very monochromatic. This is almost all black and I'm going to be wearing that little gray face mask. So fashion, who knows? But anyway, let's go shopping. Well, I was thinking I would look for Mochi, but then I ended up just going to my local grocery store where they don't have anything interesting at all, and didn't find green tea ice cream there. Not that I was really thinking I would, but honestly it's 3. I'm just gonna go home. I got some lima beans so I can make some white bean paste and try to make green tea mochi properly and not just the ice cream kind. But anyway, let's go on home, I guess. Hello again. I just got back from the grocery store. I picked up some baby lima beans for this white bean paste recipe. I think it's Japanese shiroan. Pronunciation I could be completely off. And so the recipe calls for 7 ounces of lima beans. I have 8 ounces here, baby. So hopefully the recipe doesn't change too much, but it calls to rinse and soak these beans to soak for 8 to 12 hours or longer in the winter. And since it is very much winter right now, I figure I'll just start soaking them now. It's 3:30. That might be a little too early, but could a couple extra hours hurt? I don't know. Let's wing it. And I'll just let these bad boys sit and stew a while. I also indulged and I got some lemon cake on sale, so I'll have a slice and then start cleaning, I guess. It's a fun weekend. And now, because I'm an adult, I'm gonna have coffee and a slice of lemon cake that I got on discount for like $1.60 something. I don't know. Really cheap for like half a cake. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get it. I love lemon cake. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. Freedom. This is what they don't tell you in school, kids. You have the freedom to make bad choices. Anyway, And I'm looking for a tall, dark, rich cup of coffee. If anyone's seen one, hit me up. I guess I could have a better snack. It's fine. Okay, so it's about what? 5 o'clock. I've cleaned the entire apartment. So it's still just light enough outside that I don't have to turn all of my lights on yet. So I figured I'd get a little bit of writing done with the last of the light. Catch the sunset if there's anything visible because it's a pretty cloudy day today. And finish up the last of my coffee that I neglected from this morning, and I just microwaved it, so I can get in an hour and a half of writing before I start making dinner. And I'll take you along for that too, I guess. Why not? Easy peasy. All right, I'm gonna get some writing done. All right, everybody, on the menu tonight is French cassoulet. It's a pretty simple recipe, takes 30 minutes. I don't know, I could be making it sound a lot easier than it is. You only need a few ingredients for this one. Onion, garlic sausage, some chicken, I prefer thighs, 2 cups of chicken broth. I just get a can of cannellini beans, and I think that's about it. Some canola oil for cooking the chicken, salt, pepper, maybe some thyme, rosemary, herb de Provence, whatever tickles your fancy. And that's about it. All right, let's get started. Alrighty, I diced up some onion and I'm cooking the chicken still. I'm gonna go ahead and prep. I've got garlic and I have sausage to cut up and put in here as well while the chicken finishes because the sausage is fully cooked. Alrighty, I think that the chicken and the onion cooked enough, so I added in the garlic and the sausage, and now I'm gonna pop open the can of cannellini beans and add those and also the entire can of chicken broth. So I'll go ahead and pop those in now. And there we go. Now all of the meat is cooked and everything else, we're just gonna let this come to a simmer. And once it's bubbling pretty well, we'll let it sit there for 15 minutes or so to let the broth thicken up a little. If it's not quite thick enough for your taste, remove a little of the liquid at the end, mix it with some cornstarch or flour or something, and then add it back in. All right, so I took out a little bit of broth because we're nearing the end of the simmer time, and I kind of just want it a little bit thicker. So I'm adding some cornstarch to this broth. Why not? Let's just make it thicker. I'm all for it. So there you go, it's pretty well mixed, and I'll just go ahead and dump that in, I suppose. Good enough of a view. That'll do. And I'll just stir it around a little bit. It'll be good. My time is just about up, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn off the heat on this because this is fine. That cornstarch will thicken it up very nicely as it continues to cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and defrost some bread so I can dip. All right. Alrighty, and this is the cassoulet. I've got a couple pieces of ciabatta for dipping. I guess it could have been French bread, but dig on in. I guess this is dinner tonight. It's still very hot, but delicious as ever. Good morning. It is most definitely time for me to hit this button. Let's get going. Also a morning check-in. I have soaked my beans for a very long time now. I actually ended up peeling a few of them last night. It had been about 8 hours of soaking. Now it's probably been like 16. So I'll peel the rest of them today after my coffee. All right, let's show you a little bit of this bean process. After 8 to however many hours you've let your beans soak, you should be able to just peel these skins right off the beans. I'm just tossing them into the disposal so you can't see them, they're out of sight. I've done this to myself. This is painful. This is what I've been doing for the past far too long, at least 30 minutes. It's fine. It's kind of soothing. I don't know what to tell you. All right, that's probably enough. Ah! All right, I've added cold water, just enough to cover these beans, and I'm going to bring this to a boil on medium heat. We're going to boil it for 2 minutes and then drain out the water using a sieve. I'll have to find mine. Okay, so foam has started to appear and it's starting to boil, so I'm gonna boil this for 2 more minutes and then we'll drain and rinse and start it all over again. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the heat and bring this over yonder. I'm gonna drain my last one. Rinse the pot out, cover again with cold water, just cover the beans. All right, and now that it's simmering, I'm going to put a lid on here, cracked just a bit, and simmer this for 1.5 to 2 hours or so on low. Okay, I drained out the water after 1.5 hours-ish. The beans got softer faster than I expected and ended up draining with a kind of paste-like consistency already. But in order to make sure I don't have any skins or any hard bits in my paste, I'm smushing it through my strainer. As you can see, it's coming out the other end. All right, now to this we're gonna add 3/4 cup of sugar. 1, 2, 3. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna eyeball this one. That'll do. And we're going to mix it and turn the heat on to medium low. And this should start to turn liquidy as the heat helps dissolve the sugar into the bean paste. Look, it's already going. Just a little bit of heat. So we're gonna cook this on medium-low heat for maybe 15 to 20 minutes to let the water evaporate and turn back into a moldable paste again. Well, it's been about 15 minutes for me, but it's still very much a liquid. The big thing is to make sure you're keeping an eye on this, make sure it does not burn, but we'll know it's done when we can run a spoon or a spatula through it and see the bottom of the pan. You can draw a line through it. All right, we're getting to the point where the water has evaporated enough. I can draw a line, it will stay. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat and remove this immediately from the heat in the pot. I'm gonna put this into a Tupperware or a jar. Alrighty, now let's make the mochi dough. So we're gonna do 3/4 cup of mochiko flour. We're going to microwave this, cover it in microwave for 2 minutes on high. Okay, look at that. It's green. Okay, I'll pop this in the freezer to like quick cool it off, and we'll stir the rice flour now because I've actually taken it out already, I confess. Alrighty, let's stir with a wet spatula. It might look pretty solid, but fret not, it is still quite liquidy. We're going to microwave this again. It says to do it for like 30 seconds, but we're going until it's slightly translucent, which it is definitely not. So I might do a minute. I think I've tried making mochi in the past, last week, and it did not go well, and I didn't cook it enough, I don't think. So I'm going to try again. I'm gonna cook it for another minute, and I'll go from there. All right, now our next step is to dust a surface with some cornstarch. Adds a bit, quite well dusted. And our next step is going to be dusting the top with more cornstarch. You are simply just going to have to work. Okay, we'll come back to that one later. Okay, so my mochi folding skills are definitely subpar, but like, I think it's working. Just kidding, I've got a hole in the bottom. How do I fix that? I don't know. We're just gonna pretend it's not there. I've successfully made 5 mochi, 6, but I ate one because it cracked, and I figured I'd test it, and it tasted pretty good. I will say, I kind of just like the store-bought. So next is to try ice cream filling instead, but this is a lot of effort. I don't know if I'm good enough at mochi after 3 tries. So that's really it for my vlog for today. It was just cooking. That's all I did, and work, but the exciting parts I filmed. Beans, lots of beans. So have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch catch you next time, hopefully in a sweatshirt that's not wet. This is just from dishwashing though, fret not. All right, well, bye guys. And this is what my lovely little mochi looks like on the inside. I'd say it's a success.